Okay, this is fixing my dinghy part 2. I have the transom dry fitted. You can see basically I have 2 pieces of 1/2 inch PVC, and I've used the old board. If you don't have that, make a cardboard cut out of this area and then transpose it onto here. But I had the old board. At least I had the old board, but it was broke. It was like rotted. It was rotted right in here. It was rotted right in here. And that basically made it fall out. I kind of was able to use the old pieces and kind of piece it all back together to get this information. So here we are. It's dry fitted, not glued yet. So I'm going to go one side at a time. This side first, and then this side second. After I've done on this side, this is the pieces that I cut out. That's the pieces that I cut out of here. As you can see, the old wood used to be, the wood piece was in there, and then this was up inside of here like this, and I just slowly used a chisel and a hammer and just worked my way out and got this piece cut out. Right? It's not super smooth in there. It's okay. The glue is going to melt all that. I'm going to use a liberal amount of glue. It's going to melt all that. It's all going to seam together. So I use this as a template. I held it up here like this, and everywhere there was a spot here, I translated it onto my deal here. On the other side back here, everywhere there was a gap, I translated a mark onto here. Right? What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this back in. Pretend it's in. We'll go to this side. I'm going to glue it all together, and I'm going to use a fender washer and a screw like this. Boom, boom, boom. This is my clamp, okay? Because I can't get a clamp to clamp from here to here on both sides all the way through and get even solid pressure. So I'm going to use these screws. It's going to be glued, so it's not a big deal. The screws don't poke out the other side. They're going to end halfway through this other board. So I'm going to take those screws and fender washers out when I'm done, and I'm going to go back with a stainless screw and a stainless washer. That's just some extra reinforcement for this. Make sure you use 3/16 stainless steel screws for this and stainless steel washers, otherwise the stuff will rust away, if it's in the salt water, that is. So that is replacing my dinghy transom. Replacing my dinghy transom. You can see I drilled out for the drain already. That's in place. I'm going to take that out. I'm just using the screws to hold all these pieces together. I also glued these pieces together as well with PVC cement. Just glued them together. They're still a little wet there, and we'll get them good and tight here in just a minute. That's it for now. I've got one more segment. This will be dinghy replacement part 3. You'll see how I repaired the floor on my dinghy. That's next to come.